gotta save that shit for the air, bro.
Ben, there are some message board people that hate you, Ben.
Why?
Hate you. There was one guy just bitching about Ben and how he doesn't belong on the air and you suck and how Rick was a better producer because he wasn't on the air as much as Ben is. And that's when I was just like, get the fuck out of here. Oh, my God.
What was it? Who signed it? RD?
Oh, God.
I love when Ben's on the air.
I do, too.
I know.
He only comes on the air when he has something really good to add. What do you have to add today, now that you're in studio in front of a mic?
That's right.
Turn on the mic.
Can someone turn on Austin Powers' microphone?
Austin Powers.
That shirt?
Young Austin.
It's not bad. It's just very bright.
It's nice and colorful.
It is very
The
colorful.
weather's getting nice, Jim. What's shopping?
It is?
Yes.
Oh, it's open window weather, Ben?
Dude, that office was about 1,000 degrees when I got in here.
1,000 degrees. Metal was melting.
It was hot. For some reason, our office
How
was
hot
really
was
hot.
it? Top 10 reasons it was hot. Ha ha ha! Don't talk about the pedophile on fucking trial. Fucking love Leno for doing that. Beautiful.
Leno, very funny.
Bring in Letterman's monologue. Let's compare the two and see who's really addressing what's going on.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that tomorrow.
Leno is attacking that pedophile. Good.
Very funny.
That's what he is. He's a fucking pedophile. This stupid country has overprotected him, and it's just great to see Leno going after him like that. Good. Good for Leno.
Yeah, we'll do the old comparison tomorrow.
Just so, I'm not saying that Letterman wasn't a good comic or doesn't have good jokes, but it's just such this misnomer that like Letterman's like the hip New York guy and Leno's a square, and here he is in L.A. doing this edgy pedophile shit on the same time slot. While you look across the street, no victims in the jokes on this side, guys.
That's true.
Real New York edge to it. No victims.
You don't think it might be CBS that's cramping his style, or you just
Absolutely
think he's an
not.
unfunny boob?
I don't think. I would say maybe it was CBS having something to do with it, but you know what? They have the same type of advertisers as NBC does. And
gotta give it to NBC though, man. They are letting Leno get away with some really risque pedophile jokes.
They let Last Comic Standing comedians do it. I've dealt with them. They're great. As long as it's not an FCC and it's not too over the top, they're great. They're by far the best network. CBS and ABC just really dropping the ball at comedy.
I remember you doing a rape bit or something.
Yeah, well, there was one joke the censor asked me to take out. He's like, that's a little too gross. I'm like, yeah, no problem. And I think he was right. He was like, yeah, that was a little much for prime time. Whatever. It was fine.
Leave it to you to find the line.
But I didn't mind it. It made sense. I mean, I'm not a moron. I mean, I know you can't say certain things, but it's just great to see a comic just doing that. That's what a comic is supposed to do.
All right.
Oh, it's fantastic.
You want to talk about the bagel guys really fast?
Yeah.
And then we got to get to the story of the weekend. The whole...
the old guy.
Yeah, the old guy and the
old nagging wife.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Her getting her comeuppance.
Oh, yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Comeuppance.
I was eating my bagels, so maybe this is a good little segue. There's a picture in the New York Post today. It's called Schmear Campaign.
Schmear Campaign. I get it, because it's a bagel story.
Here's the story. Let's see. Fareed and Fawad Assad.
Uh-oh.
Guilty. What is going on in this bagel shop?
Uh-oh.
Fareed and Fawad didn't know they were tangling with the MTA when they adorned their bagel shop with Subway memorabilia. So they have this bagel shop, I guess, in Brooklyn. It's called F-Line Bagels.
Are you plugging this, Opie?
Nah, fuck these guys.
Oh, okay.
Language.
I don't need a plug. I got a great bagel shop.
Oh,
yeah, I do. We'll get into that later, and it's probably, the competition of F-Line Bagels. Let me tell you.
F-Line Bagels.
Right.
Okay.
Suits in Staten Island.
Yeah.
Ask for Vinny Dice.
Vinny Dice is the guy.
I was trying to remember who you have to ask for when you bang on the back door.
Vinny Dice!
Bagel shop locks horns with MTA. So a Brooklyn bagel shop may have to fork over some dough to the MTA because it looks like a subway station. So, these guys come up with a good idea. They're going to sell bagels, but they're going to make it look like a subway stop.
That's a great idea.
And they call it F-Line because all the subways here in New York are letters like the A-Line, the C-Line. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they decide to call theirs the F-Line. The owner of F-Line Bagels has ordered the deli. All right, so the MTA has ordered the deli to change its name and remove Subway memorabilia or pay them a fee to avoid trademark infringement.
Are you kidding me? These poor bastards are just trying to eke out a living with a business.
And they come up with this little niche. They think
A little niche. It's a clever idea.
What, well, could they call it something else that might reflect the Subway, like late and overpriced with chimp employees? Would that be an infringement on the MTA, you dickheads?
Scent of urine? Perhaps you could...
When was the last time you rode a Subway that you would even know what's going on?
Well, apparently I rode one pretty recently if I yanked that one out.
All right. I didn't think we were doing anything wrong, they said. The whole thing is odd. Why are they going after us? Why?
Look at your first names.
Yeah, exactly. That was the excuse to get into the bagel shop to make sure nothing's going on there.
Yeah.
So, who cares?
That isn't even the story.
It's really a who cares story. I could care less about this stupid bagel shop in Brooklyn. But a little advice to these guys because, I don't know, a quick look at them. They look like they're heterosexual men.
Regular guys.
Regular guys.
Regular guys.
Trying to make it, and they probably have a lot of people that are a lot of family and friends that are seeing their photograph in the paper today.
They got their company shirt and hats on.
Right, good exposure.
Good exposure for the place.
But the problem is, the photographer told them to do something, and they went for it.
And they did it.
And I saw this picture, and it just reminded me of many, many times where Aunt and I have been photographed for a story or something where the photographer or the interviewer, has this great idea.
I heard that one too, Jimmy.
Is that a fart?
No. He's laughing at photographer.
The photographer.
Photographer.
Yeah, or that. Jimmy just looks and starts cracking up.
I just looked at Ant for a second to make sure that I did hear that correctly.
I think you could use the word photographer, though.
Can you?
Would you? The photographer. You sure he didn't fart, though?
No.
Not to totally get it off me.
No, I did not fart, bro.
It's probably the egg whites or something.
I did not guess.
Someone have egg whites?
Yeah, I got egg whites. Yeah, why does egg whites smell
Egg whites
like farts?
just stink like farts.
All right, so anyway, they got a photograph of these guys.
Yeah.
And it reminded me of
photograph.
Yeah, I know. And it reminded me of many times where these guys wanted us to do something wacky for their article.
They always want the wacky picture of when we're photographed of us interacting somehow too closely. Can you guys sit on the couch? Maybe you could sit and Anthony, you can maybe sit on Opie's knee.
Right.
Could you something that ridiculous?
Could you sit on his lap because we can't get you both in the frame? What?
We can't get you. How about you
guys?
What? Guys, put your arms around each other and put your cheeks together and smile. And every time we've gone no, no.
Well, the most recent one.
Yeah.
There has been the ones after the whole sex with Sam thing.
Yeah.
Could we get a picture of you guys in
having
front
ass sex in a church?
Right. In front of the church. It'll just be in the background.
Yeah.
And you look all sad and serious, and there'll be the picture of you two, and then St. Pat's in the background.
Yeah.
Where then someone decided, well, can we get you guys in priest outfits?
Yeah.
And we'll take your picture.
No.
What, Jimmy? You're wrecking my whole bit.
No, I'm not wrecking your bit. Go ahead.
Not that it's a great one, but...
Go ahead.
What do you piss off at? And why would Ben hand it to you in the middle of the show? Just to get you really annoyed. Ben, what are you doing, you troublemaker? What's going on over there?
Just an instant feedback about Jim and his Leno comments was funny.
Oh, go ahead. What was it?
Some guy said I was full of shit, that Leno sucks. I just...
Well, let me tell you something. I thought you were. Because I've hated Leno for many, many years. I always thought, Letterman was the hip cat and more of a natural. But, Leno's been impressing me with this Micheal Jackson stuff.
Jimmy is such full of shit. Leno sucks. Someday he'll realize he's as fake as Gene Simmons is. Same delusion, which he spells Dilussion.
Dude, I think...
Jay from...
I think Leno, after the...
Dope, Jay.
I think Leno, kills Letterman as far as the monologue goes and the joke telling, Obviously, it's not even close, but then after that, I agree with him. Leno is it's all just so calculated, and, he's trying to have that same thing that Johnny Carson had going where, he just went with the flow.
Yeah.
I think Letterman does a much better job with that.
Maybe Letterman's better in certain areas.
Much better.
As a stand-up,
if we're talking stand-up, well, we'll compare tomorrow. We'll compare tomorrow and see. We'll see what's going on in the two camps there as far as the Micheal Jackson humor goes. So Anthony, so they wanted to get us in priest outfits for an interview, and then recently we did this improper or something. It's called Way Out East.
Yeah.
Remember what they wanted to do?
I forgot what they wanted us to do, but I remember her saying something and us going, "No, it shan't happen."
She brought it in.
What was it?
She wanted us, the female interviewer, to put on a oversized shirt.
Oh, with both of us in one shirt.
Both of us in one shirt.
Like, I'd put my arm out one sleeve, Opie would put his arm out the other, and our heads would go through the neck, and we'd be in one shirt.
And they get so disappointed when we don't want to do any of this stuff.
That would ever happen. On what planet is this woman going to that we are doing that? Because it is not Earth.
Anthony made one mistake when we first started. He just didn't know any better.
Oh, the famous fire extinguisher
Our
picture.
first publicity photo.
That wasn't a publicity picture, though.
Oh, they
were taking a bunch of pictures of us, and that was one of many.
When we first started doing radio together, we went up to AAF in Boston.
Yeah.
That was, so what you decided?
It ended up on the website. I didn't pick and choose that one. There were 20 pictures of me taken that day. One of them was me with like my hair like a complete ragged afro, and I was like scrunching up my face, and I had a fire extinguisher in my hand, and I pointed at the camera, and they put that up on the website. And when we got fired, every news agency decided that was the picture that they had of me.
Because they
pulled it off the website.
There's that wacky photograph.
Oh, it's awful.
Where Anthony's pointing the fire extinguisher hose at the camera person.
At least it's not as bad as, like, two of us doing something stupid.
Wow.
Like, it's not as bad as... It's bad, believe me, but it's not like this with the Bagel guys.
I'm trying to remember if there's any other really bad shots out there. I'm sure the freaking the fans will find them and post them.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway... So getting back to these bagel dudes from F-Line Bagels. So, they do the story, and they got the two guys, I guess they're the co-owners or whatever, and they want a photograph in front of their joint.
Yep.
So I know it wasn't their idea.
No, they wouldn't do it. This is something they wouldn't do on their own. The photographer said, hey, guys, how about you guys both have a bagel in your hand? Yeah.
And you feed each other the bagel.
Feed each other the bagel, like a newly married couple. So there they are.
And this guy looks...
Cheek to cheek, just about.
This guy looks completely awkward. It's like... It's awful. Yeah, go ahead, Ann.
They're just about cheek to cheek. They're holding the bagels, crossing arms over each other's arms, and one bagel is in one guy's mouth, and he's taking a bite, and the other guy has his mouth open, waiting, yearning.
Waiting for his.
Waiting for his big bagel to end up in his mouth. It looks so gay. This looks like a gay wedding story, if you look at it.
And I just hope their family and friends are just abusing the piss out of these two guys.
Look how you look, my friend. You look like sissy, my friend.
Look how stupid you look today in the post.
But that's those photographers. They always want to get the goofy angle.
Yeah.
And they will always use the goofiest picture they can take of you. They could take 500 pictures where 499 of them will look pretty cool, where you would look at it and go, okay, any one of these would be fine. That one picture that's all goofy or a bad shot, that's the one they'll use. That's the one they'll run. Look at every picture of Hillary Clinton that the Post has put in. They only print that picture of her with her mouth open and her eyes open real wide, like she just walked in on Bill getting a blowjob. That's her exact face. Eyes open wide, mouth in an O. And that's the only picture they use of her.
Yeah.
So if the press is ever trying to take your picture, a little public service, never listen to the photographer.
And then the photographer
your instinct is, no, that's stupid. It's stupid.
Then the photographer always gets bombed as far as you and I are concerned. We're like, no, just snap away.
Snap away.
That's all you're getting today.
Snap away. Occasionally I'll give him the eyebrow.
Yeah.
I'll give him the people's eyebrow.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
All right. Before you do that, can I just finish up the Micheal Jackson thing? This is everything that's wrong with celebrity. And they're just garbage, these people. Britney Spears advises Jackson to toughen up. She's offered him some strange advice to Micheal Jackson to get his life back together. He should get drunk and start a fight in a bar. Toxic star Spears believes that Jackson needs to adopt a more masculine persona and get embroiled in a punch-up to help toughen him up, regardless of whether he is guilty or not of the allegations. She tells American magazine Allure if he did these things, I feel sorry for him. I feel like he probably feels alone and that he needs some help.
Is she insane?
This fucking pig. Is that the best you can say about a guy who's been molesting children for 20 years? Is that what you have to offer, you middle-of-the-road twat?
If he did it, she feels sorry for him.
Oh, and then he needs someone to be like, okay, let's buck you up. Let's give you a mustache. Let's rough you up. Let's go to a bar, get drunk, and be a man.
So she's saying the punishment should be a makeover.
Basically,
That's pretty
yeah.
much what she's saying.
Well, then she says, and if he didn't do these things, I feel sorry for him. Either way, he needs to get in a fight. Just what fucking drivel.
That's like feeling sorry for a crying Hitler or something.
Yeah, it's silly.
That's insane. You know he's guilty of these crimes, and yet you still feel bad for him?
He
Preposterous.
told Tito to smother the children so they couldn't do anything, and Tito came in and said, I couldn't kill them.
I couldn't kill him. Michael's all upset.
Michael
Maybe a
cried.
tear rolls down his eyes, and you feel a little bad. Sure.
It's just that's what she has to say about this whole thing. It's just everything that's wrong with celebrity in this country.
Got a little song from Pappy
Happy.
about the Micheal Jackson case.
All right.
I haven't heard this yet. You want to take a little listen? See if
Oh,
it's good?
uh-oh, we haven't heard it?
Nah.
Uh-oh, could be a disaster.
Could be a disaster. Could be good.
All right.
Jacko likes kids so young. They make the king of pop his spring. And every child he...
All right. Is this going to be a problem out there in Radio Land?
That sounds weird to me, too.
It's only in one channel.
It is?
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 Where's that other copy of the song, Eric?
Hawk.
No, it's not right in front of me because... Oh, all right. This
You
version.
make me feel so young.
I was just
I love that song. Stupid Regis. I
don't
was on
wanna-
a plane and I actually heard the Frank Sinatra version of that. Yeah, and I started laughing when he started singing it because all I could think of was the Regis version. You make me feel so young. I'll stick my dick in your bung. All the dopey lines we came up with.
Let's see if there's a better version.
Jacko likes kids so young.
I hear it in both ears.
What?
I do, too, but it
I hear it
sounds
in both
different.
ears.
Huh? Yeah.
Really?
I'm
Turn
not
it on. Let me hear.
I'm not going down this road
No?
because I know what's going to happen, and then if it turns out to be a really good song, everyone's going to be like, "Hey, dicks, I didn't hear it."
Yeah. Let me hear it.
Sounds good there.
Jacko likes kids so young.
I hear it in both ears.
They make the king
No.
of pop
No way.
pop his spring.
You don't hear it in one ear?
Yeah,
No.
through the right
Every
ear, it's not mixed
child he
properly.
fills with gin.
Through one ear, it comes in great, and through one, it sounds the vocals are tinny.
What could,
Interesting.
what can we do?
Feed each other bagels.
Oh my God, are you just guessing?
Feed each other bagels. Very loud and distorted vocals. Just a heads up.
Nah, I'm not even going to chance it. It'll drive us nuts, and we're trying to like,
Not be nuts.
yeah, we're trying to bitch less. We're trying anyway. We'll see what
Good
happens.
luck with that.
See if you can get a better copy of that. Or tell Pappy it's got to be in both. Screw this stereo crap.
Yeah.
Screw the stereo crap. Just get it in both.
Pepsi.
Oh, our coffee.
Oh, more coffee?
Ooh,
You guys are just ridiculous with your coffee
I'm only having
intake.
2. I've been trying to cut down, though.
This is
Yeah.
only my second.
Probably 6.
I know.
I do 5 or 6 a day, but this is only my
Yeah.
second. And then I wonder why I can't sleep.
Dude, once we move to like 3 to 7, I'm going to wind
Yeah.
up.
Shut up.
That's the strategy. An hour at a time.
Believe me.
You know, if you put what do they say? If you put a crab in boiling water, he'll move around like crazy. But if you put him in cold water and slowly heat it up, he'll just sit there until he cooks. That's what we're doing. An hour at a time. Little incremental changes. And then before you know it, we're doing afternoon drive, and people are like, weren't they in morning?
Wait, the crab doesn't move?
Yes.
My-
If you heat the water up real slow,
Is less painful?
the crab will just sit there and won't even notice
Yeah.
that it's boiling before he
He
cooks.
knows a little bit about.
But if you throw him into
everything.
boiling water, of
Yeah.
course he's going to be like, "Hey, ow!"
How long does he move around for in boiling? That's
And
why I
boil
don't
it not long at all. Oh, it's quick.
I don't
They
like
just
to eat seafood.
By the way,
seafood, eat food.
the boys in the other booth are always looking for ideas for promos.
Yes.
A promo about Anthony knowing a little bit about everything.
Ah,
A little bit about everything.
little tad, a little chip of knowledge about every little thing.
It just comes out of nowhere half the time. People are saying the song sounds fine. I don't know, man.
Some people, but remember last time, some people said it was fine.
I know. Let Eric, go into the other room and see if he could fix it up a little bit.
You just stirred with that pen, Opie. How do you stir your coffee with a pen?
And
Guys have been chewing on that pen.
And I wonder why I had the flu for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I can't understand it. It helps the immune system.
Yeah. What are you stirring your coffee with? Oh, that's a little toilet brush. What's the matter with you?
I still have a little something 3 weeks later. All right. Well, we got this stupid little thing. You want to listen to this real fast?
No, that's stuck in my head. You make me feel so young.
Want to hear a little some?
Sure.
I like it when they trade down. Like I was saying to Baba Boohai, like if Beth and I broke up, and then I read in the paper she was dating like. Yeah. But if she was with like Mark and Brian or Imus, that would suck. You know what I mean?
You don't want anybody in radio.
No. That would really, really blow.
There's Betho and Mancow.
Yeah. Like that would suck.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, look who's there.
Or where's even Betho and Anthony?
You're right. Yeah, Opie. Betho, Opie, and Anthony. Betho and Anthony. The new show.
Right. Well, come on, that would kill you, wouldn't it?
Come on. No, you know what?
I'd fuck her good.
Yeah, I would.
That would kill you.
I don't want that.
I'd give her a good tooling.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Unlike,
Betho and Anthony.
Unlike you, Howard, Anthony's got a huge hog.
Oh, forget about it. It's one of those fat Italian ones.
It's like a Foster's can. I haven't seen it live, but just the reaction when women look at it.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
It's like when they see Kong for the first time, chained up on stage, knowing you could just rip you to pieces if it's unleashed. Get out of here, Betho. Stop it. Stop it. I'd have put a bridle and saddle on her.
That was some
rider.
That was some brilliant, clever,
that was good,
entertaining radio.
That was good.
I don't think we could compete with that.
Betho and Anthony.
And then playing like what? Some kind of psycho music? That's impressive.
Would I have to go out to the Hamptons with her every weekend? Or she'd be all bitchy at me?
Maybe you could just...
Howie used to take me to the Hamptons.
Maybe you could just bang her in the huge stretch black Escalade limo thing that he's driving around trying to be incognito.
Does he even drive anymore?
No, he doesn't drive.
He doesn't drive his own vehicle? Like he's driven everywhere?
No.
That must be nice.
No.
It's got to be nice, though. Your car pulls up, you jump in, and it takes you where you want to go. And then when you're there... You don't got to park. You don't got to do anything. You just jump out and go to your event.
It's a great way to keep in touch with your listeners, you know?
Yeah.
It really is. It gives you more time to keep in touch with them because you don't have to worry about driving and what the average driver goes through coming into Manhattan for a morning show like Anthony does.
Yeah, well, can't relate.
No, I think he can relate more because he has more free time to relate to the listeners. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You know?
Oh.
I'd like some more free time to relate to the listeners. I have no time in my Saturn to relate to them at all.
Oh,
I'm putzing around town trying to find whores in a family sedan. Fucking loser.
Do you lease or did you buy?
I bought it. Paid off.
Bought?
First time I ever owned a car.
It's all paid off?
Yeah, 3 years.
And what are you gonna keep it? Or are you
I have
gonna
like $30,000 on it, dude, but it's having some problems.
It is already?
Only because in New York, the city driving is so brutal on a vehicle.
It really beats up a car.
It kills you.
Yeah.
But it's the first time in my life, as of like 6 months ago, I've never had a paid-off car before in my life.
That must be a nice feeling.
It's fun and I have to pay, yeah.
What about your insurance, Jimmy? Is that high?
It's $15 a year or $1,000. I don't even remember what it is because it's not that bad. I haven't got a ticket in so many years.
I know the city really blows.
And
I don't mind.
I'm not going to get a new car until I move back out to the suburbs.
That's still.
I'm going to beat the crap out of my car now because it just gets dinged. Some of these work trucks park right in front of you and their tools fall right on your hood. They don't care.
Side view mirrors.
You should
gone.
see the crap that's on the hood of my car. I'm like, what is this? Did they drop bricks on it today?
Yep. The city's the worst place to have a vehicle.
A new car. A new car anywhere.
Yep. You want an old piece of crap.
Yeah, it's running a little bit sluggish. It's I brought it into the same Saturn dealership. like 30 times, and I'm still having like these weird little problems. It's like, just make it run better. My fucking engine light won't stop coming on.
It's running sluggish because it's a Saturn.
It's a 3-year-old
Who are
Saturn.
you kidding?
You're wrong. My other Saturn, I've had this one. I got 160,000 out of my other one.
Really?
Dude, this one has only not started one time. I've had great success with these cars. That's why I buy
Only
them.
not started one time. That's one time too many.
No, but it was but this is why I like Saturn. It was a battery. It was like some kind of a...
What'd you do? Did you hit your OnStar and go, my car won't start, and they send somebody and fixed it?
Yeah, but my OnStar is even better than yours because it comes in my pocket and Sprint does it. So I pick it up. No, actually, it's twice it didn't start. Once it actually just broke down.
Yeah.
I've really had enough of this fucking Saturn.
3 years and you already have it breaking down on you.
Yeah, this one's not as good as the other ones, man. I've had some good
I
luck
don't know,
with these
though,
cars,
dude.
but-
You beat the crap out of your cars.
Not really, dude. I got less than 30,000 on it in 3 years. I used to do 30,000 a year when I was living in Jersey.
Yeah.
90,000 by this point is what I would have on it, and it was still going good.
It's tough city miles, though.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
How many brake jobs have you had?
I think only one.
One?
Yeah.
30 miles driving in the city?
Yeah,
30,000 miles, I
Don't
mean?
forget, sometimes I'll go out do gigs or whatever, but most of it's
Is your door all scratched up from tranny's fake nails hitting the side of it?
Yeah, like 2 feet down from their big mules banging into the side.
Right, yeah.
Dent in your door?
Yeah.
You got a mule dent.
Hi, Daddy. Sometimes I only crack the window so I get. This has happened with hookers. I get lipstick prints on the very top of my window. So I won't open it because they'll put their thieving hands in. What could I do for you, Daddy? Their big lips.
Dance. What are you doing, Daddy? Oh, lipstick marks on your window.
Yeah, because you open the window like an inch just so they can chat into it.
Like an old lady's coffee cup.
Hey, Greg, what's up?
Yeah, hey, Anthony, don't
Yes, sir.
don't dismiss being with Beth, so quickly because she's not going to be stretched out, because Howard doesn't have a very big one now.
All right, there you go.
At least that's what he keeps saying. So she should be nice and tight.
He's ripping me off, my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Stop. I invented having girlfriends, Robin.
She made the worst career choice, by the way, too.
Yep.
Because when it comes down to it, Beth she's okay. She's not that hot. And FHM does this thing. It used to be Jenna Jameson and Isaac from The Love Boat. They give, sex advice.
Yeah.
And Jenna Jameson, she's blown up to the point she's not doing it anymore, so they had to get a replacement chick.
Yep.
And they got Beth to do it.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yeah, here's the problem.
Ugh.
Here's the problem with
You
Howard.
had that big-titted monster porn star just beyond hot, and then you got Beth she's okay.
All right.
She's nothing special.
Yeah. You know what it is with Howard? Whenever you align yourself with him, whenever you latch on to his coattail, you can guarantee you will never, ever be bigger than him. He just won't allow it. He will not allow anyone in his crew, and that includes his own girlfriend, to be bigger than him or have a career that outshines him. Or even a moment, not even a career, because you'd have to be pretty big to outshine Howard as far as career goes. The guy's had a very decent career, Jesus Christ. But he won't even let people have their moment in the spotlight because that's the kind of guy he is. And that's why all his cronies who've been with him for years will never gain any higher level than they're at, period. They've tried. They've all tried.
Unless you escape. Stutter and John escaped.
Yeah, there you go. He escaped. Well, Jackie escaped, but look at where that got him. Nowhere.
Bad move.
And who else? Like Robin wants to do that talk show thing. You heard that being batted around a while?
That ain't happening.
That ain't going to happen.
That ain't happening, and they're not really talking to her. She took a stupid TV meeting like Aunt and I have taken. We've taken 1 million of those meetings, and they're all just go in a boardroom, you talk to some creative people. Hey, you ever thought of doing a TV show? Well, yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
And then it goes nowhere. We've done 10 to 12 of those, but we don't call the papers every time we do one. She's not going to have a fucking TV show.
Mm.
What's the TV show going to be? Her just sitting there in front of the camera laughing for a half hour every morning?
I'd watch that, though, a few
that'd
times.
That'd be fun.
I'd tune in a couple of times and just watch it. Oh, Howard. Shut up. How about Anthony and Beth? Oh, shit. Great. Good one. You got me.
All right, why don't we take a break, Anthony?
All righty.
And we'll get into some other things.
Jacko.
Oh, we can't take a break. We might have a better version of that Pappy song. We don't even know if it's good or not.
Oh.
Pappy.
Jacko likes kids so young. They make the king of pop his spring, and every child he fills with gin to see some hog buy a toast and java log. The creepy white-faced freak likes to pretend he's nice and meek, but you'll get trapped inside his lair if you have no body hair. Cuckoo guy keeps on ducking the cops, spins kids around on dizzy rides, mixing them up to forget his cock. Jacko likes kids so young, they make him feel that he's well hung, balls to be swung, and a smooth little butt to be stung. But when that kid grows up, he'll say, it might be me, but that dude is kinda gay, 'cause Jacko likes kids so young.
Want to hear more?
Spooky
Really?
night. He
That's all right.
pretends he sleeps on a cot, but sneaks in their beds, that wacko, sticking it up tots in their balloon knots. Jacko likes kids so young.
Want to play the rhyme game?
They make him feel there are schlongs to be schlung, boys to be tongued, some purple thing in your bum. But when they're 12 years old, he'll say, we can no longer play Monster Rain, because Jacko likes kids so he reads them porno. Jacko likes kids so young. And do not tell your mama.
Okay, terrific.
It had potential.
The organ
The
music
guys,
is great.
Yeah, the bad music is funny, and the guys' vocals are pretty accurate. But I don't know, it had potential. You know, you wanted it to work. Yeah.
Well, we could start.
I'm sorry.
We could start encouraging listeners to send in their Micheal Jackson songs.
That was awful. Yeah, he's not going to make it on to the next round.
No.
You know, FHM was supposed to do a little something on old Jimmy Norton.
Really?
I don't know when, though, yeah.
What happened?
I don't know if I talked to the guy or not. I forgot.
FHM?
Yeah.
I like that magazine. I like them.
Wow, we only have a half hour left in the show.
No, Opie.
We forgot to tell people we're only doing 3 hours a day now.
We're lazy.
And but you won't know, because at 10 o'clock it'll sound like the show continues.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just play a tape segment at 10 to 11. We're not really live.
Don't a lot of morning shows replay bits and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I used to listen to Imus, like, I guess they covered different listeners at 7 and 10 or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but with the replays, we can't do that old gag anymore.
I don't think you
We
should.
played a million times. Oh, Imus used to do that years ago. I remember that. Hey, now another Moby Worm bit we did earlier. Here's a Moby Worm. And then all of a sudden he played again. And again.
You don't know who
remember
Moby Worm is?
Don't remember what
Moby Worm was a giant white worm that used to roam the streets. Oh, jeez, this is awful. And Imus would do like a blow-by-blow description of where the worm was. So, like, and he'd pick a neighborhood off the map somewhere.
So it would be your town one day.
So it'd be your town, yeah. Well, one day we'd be like, well, Moby Worm's working his way up the Seaford Oyster Bay Expressway out there on Long Island. Now he's, we're getting reports. Moby Worm just made a left on Jericho Turnpike. yeah, God. And it's coming up to, Setauket High School, and he'd give like little landmarks and say Moby Worm was coming. And
what was the point of Moby Worm coming to your town, though?
I have no idea. It was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It was for people to be, like, driving around at the intersection of, like, 135 and Jericho Turnpike.
And having them crash because they're looking to see if there really is a giant worm
and
following them?
They'd be looking around like, wow,
Oh,
I'm
God.
exactly where Imus says Moby Worm is.
Nice buzz.
Moby Worm.
There was no end to the bit. That was it.
Yeah, it was pretty much it. And then he'd like end up at a high school and.
See, that's hack stuff. At least maybe
bad.
maybe every day you give that town, you send a van out there and give them all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
There needs to be an ending to the bit.
No, there was no giveaway, no end.
That's
no
all it
stuff.
was?
Yeah, it was just
And
Moby
he would tease
Worm.
it all morning?
Oh, he would tease it. He would talk about where Moby Worm was sighted. You know, oh, he's coming out of he's coming out of the water down there, Fire Island, and now he's working himself up the causeway, and Moby Worm coming to get you, baby. And that was pretty much it. And then he'd play another lame song. Wow. And then he'd
What year
come
is that?
back. 80s.
Oh, wow.
Maybe mid 80s, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, he did the Reverend Billy Saul Hargis. We're going to replay the Hargis bit.
That was before Rob Bartlett was there or no?
It was just about the time Bartlett came on board with him.
And Bernie?
And before Bartlett, yeah. Yeah.
Bernie's
Bernie.
funny, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is Rob Bartlett still with him or no?
I don't know. I haven't heard of him in years.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to be a stand-up, right?
Yeah, he was, and he would do all the impressions, I think, like the Tyson bits and stuff, which were really fun.
Yep. Back in the old days. Yeah, Moby Worm coming to get you. And then he would just destroy things, and Imus would talk about it. That was a lame-ass bit.
Did they ever realize that Moby Worm was attached to a herky producer? That's why no one could find the worm. He just put it back in his faded into the front jeans.
We ought to do that. Benny's Worm coming down to get you, baby, down 57th Street. It's herky and jerky, and look out. Look out if you're at 57th and 7th. Here comes Benny's Worm. St. Patty's Day is coming to the Hard Rock, baby.
There was, by the way, a St. Patrick's Day parade yesterday in Baltimore.
What a dumb time to have a parade.
Yesterday afternoon.
Well, there was
Why
one
is
in
that?
Huntington. Every town has their St. Patty's Day.
New York
the next couple
City
of weekends.
has it on
On.
St. Patty's
But
Day.
then the rest of the towns, they do it. A bunch of them happened over the weekend, and another bunch will happen this coming weekend.
But why not just do it on the day?
Because people have to work.
But Opie...
And then I guess,
don't
especially
do it.
in Huntington, right? They had the one in Huntington. I guess they think if they had it on St. Patty's Day, a lot of the people from Huntington would go to the city
Exactly.
to see it, and they'd have a parade for no people.
Yeah, because the city has the Mac Daddy Parade.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And we'll be broadcasting live Thursday at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Ooh.
7
Oh,
a.m.
yeah.
to 11 a.m. Our kegs and eggs. It's going to be a lot of fun. We haven't done one in front of a lot of listeners in a long time, so we'll be a little rusty, but it'll be a good time. Anthony, I got the gerbil thing, the Gerbil Story.
Oh, yes.
This is legendary.
Yeah, this was an urban legend. You might remember years ago. Remember when the dittos used to make their way around the office instead of just emails? They little dittos would be passed around with these weird little urban legends on them. Now they come in emails, but back in the old ditto days, there was one that was making the rounds, and it was about a couple of guys that ended up in the hospital. They were gay gentlemen, and it was a mishap with a gerbil being up one guy's rear and the other guy trying to get the gerbil out.
Toilet paper tube.
Yeah, with toilet paper tube involved, a lighter, the gerbil, and it was a horrible accident.
Because the guy had a lot of gas in his ass. And
and apparently the gerbil blew out the guy's ass. But the guy explains the whole thing in the story. This is just one of those urban legends that is so fake and so phony, yet was reported as real news.
Yeah, it was picked up as a real news story.
And when these things made their way around the office, somebody would always go, "No, man, I swear this is real." Shut up.
Listen to this real news guy telling this ridiculous story.
Here's a fax from Cooter in Orlando, who sends me a copy of a story that appeared in the Los Angeles Times. He says,
L.A. Times.
a prestigious newspaper, not the oft-maligned Weekly World News.
See, he's already selling it. Like, I
Trying
know
to
what
legitimize it,
I know what you're about to hear is completely ridiculous, but it was in the L.A. Times, so it has to be true.
Not the oft-maligned.
This isn't the Weekly World News,
Weekly World
which we
News.
all know is filled with fake stories.
Next story, Bat Boy
Right.
is seen again.
Unlike your L.A. Times, where there's nothing but real, true stories.
True news.
Well, Cooter from Orlando is always a good news source.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because you should believe everything you read in your local newspaper.
That's right.
They don't exaggerate the facts at all. They don't lie to you at all. The Weekly World News does, but not the L.A. Times. Come on.
Here's a fax from Cooter in Orlando, who sends me a copy of a story that appeared in the Los Angeles Times. He says, a prestigious newspaper, not the oft-maligned Weekly World News.
Rub-on.
Quoting the story. In retrospect, lighting the match was my big mistake, but I was only trying to retrieve the gerbil. Eric Tomaszewski told bemused doctors in the severe burns unit of Salt Lake City Hospital. Tomaszewski and his homosexual partner, Andrew Kinky Farnham, had been admitted for emergency treatment after a felching session had gone seriously wrong.
What's felching?
I don't know. Felching.
I believe
Felching, I think I know what felching is.
All right.
Isn't it when, like, a gay guy does his thing in a gay guy's bung and then takes a straw and
sucks it out?
Sucks it
that's
out.
supposed to be felching.
Yeah, when one guy fills the other guy's rectum with loveliness. I don't know if you suck out your own felch. I guess
Why
so.
the F would you do that ever?
I don't know. Let's not judge.
Because you're a gay guy and
the straw.
You like the man-ass and you like the jizz.
Dude, I'm getting, like, what is the thrill
Turned
in
on?
that? What is the thrill in that?
What's
I don't know.
What's the thrill for a husband when they know that their wives will come over and have sex and they want to just go down on them after you're done banging them?
It ain't going to happen.
Oh, no, but I mean, I've had that.
You've done that?
Oh, yeah, with a woman who wants you to bang her, and then she goes home and tells her husband, and he goes down on her.
Oh! That's a gay guy, by the way.
No,
it's a gay guy.
I disagree.
No, it's a gay guy.
Disagree.
There's nothing you're going to tell me.
I'll tell you what.
You are not going to tell me any different.
It's about the utter humiliation that she's giving him. It's not about the guy's dick that was there. It's about the absolute worthless cleaning utensil he's being used as to service her and clean her vagina out. It's not about wanting a dick in his mouth. I really think it's about being a cuckold, about just her going, you're such garbage, you're so worthless. Now another real man fucked me, now lick this. That's more, I think, what that's about.
Wow.
Him being subservient to her.
You think that's it?
I do, yeah. Because otherwise, these women would be going, look, would you come over here and hook up with my husband? You know what I mean? It's not about that.
The guy obviously enjoys the having man juice in his mouth.
Not necessarily.
No,
I don't know if that's it, dude.
That's really creepy, Jimmy.
I think it's more... I'm not saying that can't be the case with some guys. I'm not saying some bi or gay guys don't hide it behind threesome fantasies. But I've talked to women who have told me some of the stuff their husbands do, and it's not, to me, it's not a gay thing that they're doing. They just want to be humiliated by a woman. And what better humiliation as a man than to have your woman go out and fuck somebody else and not only not lie to you about it, but say, I did.
It's humiliating.
Clean this out with your mouth.
Okay, terrific.
Thank you for summing that up.
Yeah, I don't get it either. It's not my thing.
All right, well, back to the story.
Felching.
A felching session went awry.
Yeah.
I pushed a cardboard tube up his rectum and slipped Raggett, our gerbil, in, he explained. As usual, Kiki shouted out, Armageddon! My cue that he'd had enough. I tried to retrieve Raggett, but he wouldn't come out again, so I peered into the...
Wait, that was the safe word for the couple or something?
Yeah. If he says Armageddon, get that gerbil out of there.
Why? He doesn't want the gerbil to hear the signal? Why doesn't he just say, pull the gerbil out?
Yeah, I know. Take this gerbil out of my ass.
Yeah. Ixnay on the cardboard tube A.
Let's go to Sean in Staten Island, the home of Suits.
Yeah, Suits in Staten Island. What's going on, guys?
Hey, man.
Hey, Sean.
No, I just want to tell you guys that about the finching thing. It's not really called finching when you suck the...
Felching. Felching.
It's called shrimping.
Oh, shrimping?
Yeah, that's what... I don't know what finching is, but...
It's felching, you jackass!
Felching, not
Open
finching.
your fucking ears, jackass!
I don't know.
Finching?
Whatever. All right,
is that
guys,
something Finster does?
Finching?
Finster, baby.
That's when you suck the cum out of a bird's ass.
A little finch. Finching. That's a little straw you need.
Oh, look, the little coffee stirrer.
Little swizzle stick.
You have to put like the little twisty tie on his bird wings so he doesn't fly. Clip those wings, because Finchy is never enjoying this.
Sweet. No, they never like when you finch them.
Gotta hold it down. He tries to peck you with his little beak.
All right, so I guess this couple had a safe word. The gerbil's up there doing its thing. The guy can't take it anymore, so he yells Armageddon.
Armageddon.
That's what I'm thinking.
Which is a...
What?
Yeah. I had a thought, and I just couldn't put it together.
All right. As usual, Kiki shouted out, Armageddon! My cue that he'd had enough. I tried to retrieve Raggett, but he wouldn't come out again, so I peered into the tube struck a match thinking the light might attract him. At a hushed press conference, a hospital spokesman described what happened next. The match ignited a pocket of intestinal gas and flame shot out the tube, igniting...
You know what the best part of this is?
Yeah.
He's believing this is a real story.
Oh, I know.
And that he found radio gold with this thing.
And that there's a press conference at
Yeah.
this hospital about some guy that had a gerbil shot out his ass.
The one fag yelled Armageddon, and Bruce Willis and Liv Tyler ran in and did a scene from an awful film. Well, Ben Affleck was dreamy in that.
Ben Affleck was in
igniting Mr. Tomaszewski's hair.
Sorry.
Gotta just yell out bad Ben Affleck movies to get that gerbil out of there. Come on.
Good Will Hunting! Good Will Hunting!
Jersey Girl!
Daredevil! Daredevil!
Igniting Mr. Tomaszewski's hair and severely burning his face. It also set fire to the gerbil's fur and whiskers, which in turn ignited a larger pocket of gas further up the intestine, propelling the rodent out like a cannonball. Armageddon! Armageddon!
Jesus. Getting a kick out of this.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah. What?
This guy's losing his mind.
Enjoying the story much too much.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about the one guy who went turtle doving? That's when you come all over a pear tree and a partridge sucks it out. Fucking idiot with your phone call. Finching.
Tomaszewski suffered second-degree burns and a broken nose from the impact of the gerbil. While Furnham suffered first and second-degree burns to his anus and lower intestinal tract. Armageddon! Peered into the tube and struck a match, thinking the light might make the gerbil come out. So that's what felching is all about. Armageddon! Who says that? I didn't. Robert D. Raven on the John.
Oh, there you have it.
Armageddon!
That was reported as a real story.
Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah, that one's pretty much been dispelled. You don't see that one around anymore. But there are plenty more like it.
I'd like to see Mythbusters go after that one.
I love that show. I watch Mythbusters all the time.
I don't know why I don't like it. I
I
want to like it, too.
They blow stuff up. It's cool.
I know. Just they always use a mannequin. It just annoys me.
What are they supposed to do?
No, I know.
He's a real person.
I don't know why I don't like the show.
Yeah.
I wish I did.
All right, why don't we take a quick break?
They had the old jumping in the elevator gag. They did that one where somebody said if your elevator is plummeting to the basement, if you jump at the last minute, much like Bugs Bunny did in the plane that was crashing, if you jump at the last minute, you'll be fine because the elevator will kind of crash around you. And that was disproven.
Of course.
Absolutely.
You probably can't even jump. If you can, you're just going to come up an inch.
Yeah, the thing is all relative speed. You know, if the elevator is plummeting at, let's say, 60 miles an hour, you have to be able to jump 60 miles an hour in order to cancel out the speed of the elevator.
But then you would...
Obviously, you're not jumping 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, because then you would bang your head.
Then you bang your head. Very good, Opie.
You wouldn't be able to jump, though, because as the elevator's going down...
You would be able to jump, because
really?
it's all relative. Relative to the inside of the elevator, your speed is 0. So you can jump.
He knows a little
No,
bit
no,
about
but
everything.
I've tried to. Going down, it's harder to jump because you're going down.
During the acceleration period, once you reach the speed that you're at, you're no longer accelerating, and you can jump because your relative speed to the elevator is 0.
Oh, okay.
So, but your speed relative to the elevator shaft and the floor coming up at you is 80 miles an hour.
Do the math.
Do the math.
You guys, a few years ago, there was an elevator in the Empire State Building that plunged like 40 stories. But there's something called a governor on an elevator, which will grab it and stop it from actually plunging. But it went 40 from like the 80th to the 40th floor, the 52nd to the 12th. It plunged 40-something floors, and then the governors finally worked and stopped it from crashing. 400-something feet it fell.
Did all those people get a little shorter?
No! No.
They all came walking out. Hey, how you doing? Oh, midgets. That was a cartoon.
Well, did you read the headline? In hindsight, pressing L for lobby wasn't a good idea.
All right, we got to take a long break. That's why Ben's in here, right?
Hi, Ben. Why are you in here, Ben?
Wow, do whatever we want.
Wow,
I
what
like
a
that.
concept.
It's a new attitude he's got with his later hours.
Do whatever we want.
Do what you want. I don't care.
What do you want to do?
Ben Sparks.
What do you want to do, Ant? We can do whatever we want.
Whatever we want? Can we leave? No, of course not.
Whatever we want.
Ooh. Take a break. I don't want to take a break. I want to chit-chat with my friends.
Yeah,
we're just chitting and chatting.
Yeah. Chit, little chat.
Chit-chat.
I throw out a chit, you throw out a chat.
Uh-oh. Anthony, we might have found the first thing you're wrong about.
What's the problem?
Go ahead, Frank.
Problem?
If I could barely hear you, that'd be great. But Anthony,
all right, yeah.
How does an elevator going down stop accelerating? If it's continuously going down, there is no acceleration period that stops.
No, when it starts, let's say right when it starts dropping, it's going to accelerate to whatever speed it's at, unless it hits the floor before it finishes its acceleration. It will reach a certain speed, my friend. It's not going to keep accelerating up to a billion miles an hour if it's got a long enough elevator shaft.
Obviously not a billion miles an hour, but if it's going down, its continuing momentum will continue it to accelerate. Once it hits the floor, that's when it stops.
Yeah, Anthony.
It depends on how long the shaft is. It's going to reach whatever its terminal velocity is.
There is no terminal velocity on something continuously going down.
Yes, there is, you shithead. There absolutely is something called terminal velocity.
I don't know.
Stop accelerating on a downward motion. The momentum will carry it all the way down to the bottom. That's when it stops.
Perhaps in a vacuum in space. How about friction of the rails it's on, or the cable on the pulley, or air itself in the shaft? It will reach an absolute speed and then stop accelerating.
No, it certainly
won't. It absolutely will. You are wrong, Frank.
You're wrong. All right.
You are wrong, Frank.
Length times width equals area.
You are wrong, Frank.
Wait, all right, Anthony.
Yes. Click. Right, he got me there because he knew he didn't have me on the other thing.
I can't believe he was challenging the beautiful
Don't
mind.
challenge me.
I don't know who's right, but I do know that in an airless room, a feather and a brick fall at the same speed.
Yes, they do.
But the brick is heavier.
But Opie, no, you don't get it.
Yes.
How could a lighter thing fall like a heavy thing?
That's, the air.
It's heavy. And then it's light. Thing.
I know, like, here's the thing. When you fall, like, say you skydive, do you continue to pick up speed, or is there a speed you finally bottom out at?
Terminal velocity.
Which means that's as fast as you're going to go.
That's as fast as you are going to fall. You can fall no faster. That's just it. That's the way things are.
I just want to know why.
Because gravity doesn't change. Well, I don't know. I
just want to know why the coyote never dies when he goes over the cliff.
Very interesting, because cartoons
no
aren't as prone to gravity as real
sure
people.
It is. He's falling like anyone else would fall.
There's always a little puff of smoke.
But the weird part is, like, the bottom half of his body starts falling first, and his head just stays in the same place.
Cartoon characters affected very differently. Also, if you're a cartoon, you notice a ledge can fall out from under you, and you will hang there for a while, long enough to pull a sign out that says, "Oh no" on it. And then you'll fall, and like you said, feet first.
And the sign is made by Acme.
Acme, usually. Acme products, very good.
Bullshit. Who carries signs like that? Stupid.
You could have, because cartoons actually have these limitless pockets in their pelt, and they could just pull anything out of it. But why pull out a sign when you could pull out, let's say, a parachute?
Or just yell Armageddon.
Armageddon.
Let's go to Matt in Jersey. Matt?
What's up, fucknuts?
Hey.
Hi.
What would actually happen is if the cable broke and the elevator started accelerating at its greatest rate of speed immediately, you would hit the ceiling because the elevator would go down faster than you, so you wouldn't be able to jump. and then when the elevator hit the ground, you would just smash face first. So
Why would the elevator go down faster than you?
He said if it just came to its greatest rate of speed without an increase.
It's like it's the G-forces when you.
What you
blast out
are
a rocket.
equal. You are exactly equal to that elevator. You would not
Right,
lift
but you're
off
not
the floor.
attached to the elevator.
Exactly, but you are falling at the same exact rate as the elevator.
If you were attached or holding on.
No,
If it dropped out from
no.
under you.
You're affected by gravity the same way the elevator is. You're falling at the exact same rate. And since you're in the elevator, there's no wind resistance on you. You're going to stay on the floor.
All right,
Unless the elevator is pulled down faster. If you go to that ride in California, Disney MGM, they got the Tower of Terror. You sit in the seat. It's an elevator drop. But in order to give the good illusion where you actually come off the seat, they have to actually pull the elevator down faster than gravity, which they do, and you get pulled out of the seat. If they just let it free fall, you would not come out of the seat. You would fall at the same rate.
I think this guy was just saying, though, if there was no build-up, I think he was saying if it automatically just went to that fastest speed possible without a build-up to it, that you would come off the ground.
All I know is...
Like, all of a sudden, if it was just going fast, and all of a sudden, terminal velocity, like that, then you...
Yeah, well, in order for it to do that, it would have to be pulled out from under you with some other force. It can't just happen naturally.
No, I know. He was
so,
just
then you would come off the floor if there's a motor pulling it down.
I believe terminal velocity equals 33 FPSs.
No. It's a bunch of crap that's been disproved.
Which I think is about 120 miles per hour.
Nope.
If I think about it, really.
Quicker than that.
I don't know. I've heard that, too. But I guess it depends on the weight, right? Weight has to match terminal velocity.
It all depends on the FPS. So...
Yeah, terminal velocity through the atmosphere, through the air in the atmosphere, is different for something like a feather as it would be for a rock because you get wind resistance.
Sure. And the air is thinner higher. So you're going to come faster.
Would you get a nosebleed?
I don't know.
I've always wondered why, when parachuting from like 30,000 feet, when you set your thing off, why doesn't it just rip your torso in half?
Terminal velocity.
30,000 feet. Who the hell's parachuting from 30,000
Well, I'm not
feet?
off. Well, there was one guy that did it. Actually, I saw footage. They were saying it might have been the
that
Roswell
lunatic.
crash. Well, he was in a spacesuit.
Yeah.
He did it from like 80,000 feet. They were testing the effects of bodies falling, and he had a parachute, obviously.
And he yelled Armageddon just before he jumped out of the plane.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen. There's a camera mounted in the hot air balloon. It's like a special one that can go up to like this end of the atmosphere. And he's in a spacesuit, and he's outside of it, and he just drops back, and he's from like the edge of space.
And you see it's like Earth from space.
Oh yeah, and this was because they think that this is what happened in Roswell, was that these were the bodies that they found were these test dummies they had. I don't know if that's true or not, but they had test dummies doing this, and they actually had live guys.
They were aliens in Roswell.
Possible.
Everyone knows they're aliens.
Well, they were small. They could have been Mexicans. I'm not saying they weren't.
How pompous are we to think that we're the only life form in this damn universe?
Let me play devil's advocate, Greg. But they may not have said that we're the only life forms. But again, Earth is kind of hard to see. There's nothing here that would be indicative of life on the planet that you'd see from that far away. Yeah. It's hard to see clouds and water from X amount of thousands of miles. You're not going to see it from 20 million miles.
Why would the guy jump from 30,000 feet, though? Wouldn't you get the same feeling from a really good blowjob?
No.
Well, they're thrill seekers, right?
Oh, so you're saying he would...